everyone. While I'm setting the camera up on the back porch, I thought I would replay this so everyone can hear some birds and wind chimes while you're waiting on me to get back. Okay, we've got the camera set up. Let's go. There we go. And I hope everybody's having a great start to your day. And good morning. I decided to give Treezilla a rest, and we're aimed at a different tree this morning. Chevron, good morning. Thank you so much. Oh, jeez, that truck is loud. Good morning, Khadijah. Yeah, my coffee pot has been full and emptied this morning. I woke up at 4:45. Uh, I left a video uploading overnight, and it finished just after I woke up. So my drive down to the Flatlands will be public at 6 o'clock on Jim's camera at dawn. Khadijah, that park that I posted, it's down about 30 minutes from Wilmington. I would have had some beach video, but Carolina Beach and all the beaches surrounding it have pretty much gone to paid parking, and you have to have their app. And I just didn't feel like downloading an app to take a 5-minute walk out to the beach, do a video, and turn around and come back. And that was so sneaky about it. I found this stretch with marked parking spots, and I was about to pull into them, and they had hid the meters in the foliage on the other side of the sidewalk. So instead of being on the sidewalk next to the parking space, it was the other side of the parking lot. Well, dear, you deserve a little slow roll. You've been through a lot lately. So I used to jump out of bed. I would drink my pot of coffee in 30 minutes, and I'd head off to work, and I wouldn't slow down at all. But now when I get up, oh, it takes me an hour and a half to drink a pot of coffee. Oh, we got a bird landing on the limb over there. Cool. Here comes another one. Tuesday. The people I was going to take to the surgeon, it got canceled, and it looked like the weather was going to be good, but it was raining when I took off. I videoed went from Greensboro to Curry, North Carolina, and it's Greensboro is kind of rolling hills, and it turns into flatlands pretty quick. But it rained a little bit, and then it finally cleared up. But I wasn't going to do the video a second time. Oh, and it all turned out pretty good. Khadijah, let me tell you, go to a Sheetz gas station and get their strawberry mango specialty drink. They're proud of it. I mean, they're charging like $5 for it, but get you one to treat yourself. It has, it's like a strawberry drink, and then it has these little flavor bubbles in it. And when you draw them in through the straw, you pop them, and it's really thin, and it releases the flavor. And some of them are strawberry, some of them are mango. Oh my goodness, it was too good. Yeah, I go through Salisbury all the time, Khadijah. One day when I'm going through Charlotte, you're going to have to email me so I have a way to contact you. And I'll stop by and give you a coffee mug. I had some done at one of the big box stores, and they look good, but they're kind of inexpensive, and I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to give them to people I know. Good morning, Soul Star. And I appreciate you guys, especially when you go to the Jim's Camera at dawn and type a few things and then come over here. You guys are pulling double duty, and it is noticed. But the just playing the morning video of the bird sounds. Hey, Roger. Uh, just playing the morning video and the bird sounds and me not talking, it's still getting like between 100 and 150 views of a morning. And some people are going there and staying for hours. I mean, over an hour, I should say. I'm only doing a live for 2 hours. And the people coming here to the music channel of a morning has been between 130 and 170. So it just amazes me every day. Roger Blair, how did you make out through the storms? They hit here, oh, I think about 7 o'clock. Oh, thank you, Soul Star. I appreciate that. That keeps pushing it out so that people learn about it. And, you know, with everything going on in the world these days, a place to go and just relax I think that's important. Sharon's. It is. You guys have become my YouTube family. Trust me. Khadijah reminds me of so many of my aunts. The way the way she operates in the kitchen and everything. You know, it's it's almost comical. Yeah, Roger, it rained pretty hard here, but that was about it. Hello. I am not going to attempt to pronounce your name, but I certainly appreciate you coming in. I think names are important and I will do my best. I'm just going to call you 5545. And that little avatar sure is attractive. I like all those colors. I bet it draws a lot of attention. Well, it's true, Khadijah. I mean, I'm just telling it the way it is. Everybody pretty much knows me for that. Prabha, Prabha, is that close to correct? That's a pretty name. And I'm always trying to improve things on both channels. Uh, you know, uh, this morning I thought instead of just having dead air, I played one of my old videos while I was setting up the camera on the back porch because I check everything just to make sure. I bet she has young guys just chasing her left and right. Khadijah, you're fine. Everybody here knows, you know, I'm the king of typos, and autocorrect does not like me. It's auto incorrect sometimes. You used to autocorrect was my best friend, but then I don't know. I must have said something wrong because it sometimes really gets me in trouble. Oh, that sounds like Flyby Charlie. Now, this is luck because sometimes he'll fly on the other side of the tree that I'm focused at. He doesn't do it often, but he's been known to do it. That would be hilarious if he chose to do that today. And I wouldn't mind it so much, but on YouTube, it'll correct it after I push the send button. You know what I'm saying? It will it'll change a word when I hit the send button instead of while I'm typing. So luckily everybody is very tolerant of my not saying too much whenever I'm on my phone. So that's cool. There's more birds flying into that tree than the treezilla. I don't know how much longer that tree is going to last. It's got a lot of dead branches, and it's an oak tree, so they just don't hold up all that well. I know one thing: when I take it down, it's going to be a challenge because I'm going to have to fall it between my shed and the neighbor's fence. I'm going to have to start studying it so I know what I can do and what I can't do. The last one I had to take down was less than 10 foot away from my house. Look at them birds crawling along the limb there, two of them. John P. Uh, John P. I uploaded the drive to the Flatlands, and it will be public at 6 o'clock. I kind of like posting stuff at 6 p.m. East Coast time. And the last 10 minutes of that video is what you're probably most interested in. I thought I had uploaded the other one. I did. John, if you want to, sometime when it's convenient, we'll go live and I will let you see the handheld video that I did. This is the, oh, thank you. Uh, I appreciate you guys being so supportive. But John, sometime, like I said, when it's convenient, you want to go public. I've got like a 5.5 minute video where I just held the phone and swept back and forth to show the countryside, and I'm talking in that video, uh, giving information about the sighting and how it, you know. But that one's not going to go public. That one's going to be a little bit different. But like if you or Moggs or Area 51 wants to, if y'all want to show it on your live stream, we can do that. Boy, those birds are sure loud. At least I hope it's birds. Anyway, John P., that's an option if you want to do that sometime. And Roger Blair, the Count Yorga, I hope I can get him on my Saturday night program to talk about music. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee. Yeah, it's about 52 degrees here. I think that's probably around 11 degrees to you, Mr. Lee. Whoa. That is not what the doctor ordered. Boy, did I mess up. That looks even better. So that was a mistake that worked out. Yes, I like Duran Duran. I even like the way they come up with their name. Sharon, you be careful cutting the grass, but I'm sure glad you're able to. So, Mr. Lee, what would be your favorite Duran Duran song? Gave you a box of all of her old records. That's fantastic. I had a family member give me, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Even I recognize the name David Allen Coe. But I had a family member give me some old records, but most of it was like Tennessee Ernie Ford, which I'm a big fan of Tennessee Ernie Ford. 16 Tons, great song. I got to take this call. I'll be right back. Thank you, Khadijah. You enjoy that coffee. I'll be back in a minute. Mr. Lee, she's probably a little young to know too much about those bands, because Duran Duran was huge here in the 80s. And Adam Ant, oh my goodness. When I first saw his music video, Goody Two Shoes, I thought he was Peter Weller from RoboCop and The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. I was kind of a fan of the Buckaroo Banzai and RoboCop movies. She probably liked Poison, White Snake, groups like that. And they had some great songs. Mr. Lee, Adam Ant, he pretty much only had one big hit here. Uh, Motley Crue, very accurately named, point number one. And I just watched something. Good morning, Sandra. I just watched somebody talking about Motley Crue, and one of their songs pretty much pulled their album out of the gutter because it was they started playing it in gentlemen's clubs and it blew up. I understand, Mr. Lee. I did not like country culture club. Uh, I, I cringe at the thought of Karma Chameleon. It's trust me. Had a great singing voice, just didn't sing anything I liked. Soul Star was a rocker, a metal. Gotcha. Mr. Lee, I cannot ride a motorcycle and not have Roll Me Away playing in my head. Uh, oh, goodness. The Bob Seger song, Roll Me Away, that's just perfection. But I never listened to music on headphones or anything like that when I was riding a motorcycle because I always enjoyed the sound of the motorcycle. That was my music. And that CB900 Custom, that the sound that come out of that bike, it was 4 independent exhaust, one for each cylinder, and it was the perfect sound to me. Yeah, I think Bob Seger. I regret I only got to see him live one time. I should have seen him more than once. I saw Fleetwood Mac 4 times live. Never got to see Journey live. Journey was a band that I liked, but I like them more today than I did back then. Absolutely. And seriously, the exhaust is my music. I mean, I can't imagine these people who roll down the highway with their stereos blasting out. You know, I want to hear the sound of the bike. That's music to my ears. Can't say that enough. Even the little 250 I got to show the girlfriend how to, drive a motorcycle. Uh, I'd rather listen to that little 250 than any music while I'm going down the road. And I can't bring myself to get rid of it because it gets over 70 miles to the gallon. I need to sell it, but yeah, riding the bike on the back roads, that's a lot of fun. The most fun just about that you can have on the ground. I kind of like jumping out of airplanes a little better, but it's a lot more expensive. Yeah, it's not just gold wings anymore. I mean, Harleys, gold wings, Hondas, Kawasaki's, they all have stereo systems now. That's not me. That's just not me. I mean, even when I was just riding my DT 175 around town and whatnot, I wanted to hear that 2-stroke. I mean, I cut my teeth on a 2-stroke. And Mr. Lee, you might appreciate this. Speaking of 2-stroke, Mazda has developed a 6-stroke. Mazda cars, they have invented a 6-stroke. Somehow or other, it splits the hydrogen atom away from water and then uses it for fuel. And it's just interesting. Mr. Lee, when I first got into motorcycles, Harley was owned by AMF, the same company that makes bowling balls, and their quality was terrible. The joke was you ride for half a day and you tighten bolts for a day and a half. And I didn't want to tighten bolts. I wanted to ride. Yeah, it's very recent, within the past couple of months. Just do a YouTube search, Mazda 6-stroke. Oh geez, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Gold Wings were really great bikes. and they're pretty much bulletproof. You get a gold wing, and just maintain it properly, and it'll last forever. And when the gold wings first came out, I saw one without the fairings and all the road gear. It's a beautiful bike. But when they started making them 6 cylinders and they pretty much have RPMs like a 6-cylinder car, not a fan. If I was independently, excuse me, if I was independently wealthy, I would uh, probably have a Honda ST 1300. It's still got the V4 engine. I'm a huge fan of the V4s, and several highway patrol departments use the ST 1300 and the ST 1100 for that matter. Yeah, I was not a fan of the Viragos. I mean, they were okay, but you know, Soulstar, I understand. Yeah, there was a lot of that. Even Harley riders, had that part of the groups. But I think I've met one Harley rider that admits to the fact that, yeah, when you ride your Harley, you gotta, you know, tighten bolts all the time. He told the story he was getting off at an exit and he felt something hit his leg, and then something else hit his leg. He looked down and parts of the bike was falling off. The quality has improved a lot, but when humans tend to stick with what they liked when they were, younger. Sharon, congratulations. Sharon got her grass mowed. Yeah. Uh, the Honda CMT 400 back in the late 70s. I thought that was a good looking bike. Soulstar, I totally understand. But geez, Mr. Lee, I never saw Easy Rider until I was in my 20s. It was on HBO, and that's when I got to see it. So by the time I saw the movie, I had ridden and was, just not as impressed with it. I still think it's a great movie. The saddest part is the motorcycles in the movie got stolen. They are not. Um, they are not anywhere to be found. Yeah, don't worry about it, Soulstar. I knew what you meant. I read it the correct what you meant the first time. But the funniest thing, Mr. Lee, is I was telling you about watching Born Losers. Yeah, Karen Black was in that movie. Oh, what's her name that sang Mickey? Tony Basil. She was in the movie. Tony's a good looking woman, let me tell you. And a great dancer. Uh, I kind of like Karen Black in the horror trilogy. Give me a second. I got to check something here. I keep hearing sounds that don't sound right. Okay. Yeah, not too many people knew Tony when Easy Rider came out. She sort of flew under the radar, so to speak. But all of you guys, I do not want my motorcycles getting rained on. I don't like riding in the rain. So I have to do 1 or 2 day trips so that I know I'm going to have decent weather. You know, I might ride 400 to 500 miles a day, but I want it to be in good weather. Yes, Five Easy Pieces was a good movie. The trilogy of terror that was a TV movie where Karen Black played 3 different characters in 3 different scenarios. It had the little doll that was an African warrior and liked to stab people. Uh, Man, that was just great television. Yeah, Karen at her creepiest was probably Burnt Offerings. I know. Uh, you know, I had a bike that was 10 years old. That was the CD 900. And I went riding with a friend who had a brand new BMW R100. And we stopped somewhere and parked the bikes side by side. And everybody thought both bikes was brand new. I mean, I had like 35,000 miles on the 900, and everybody thought it was brand new. And I told them, look at the odometer. If it was new, I would have to ride 24/7 to put that many miles on it. So, Soul Star, you reminded me of a buddy of mine. He had the roids operation, and he rode a Harley hardtail from Charlotte to Greensboro. I don't remember. Oh, I missed it, Soul Star. I was looking at chat. Let's see here. That's about an hour in. I'll look at it later. Oh, gee, Soul Star. My sympathies. That's terrible. You ladies out there, y'all go through a lot for those 10 months. I know it's less than 10, but yeah, you're going through all kinds of stuff after childbirth, too. Mr. Lee, I think we talked about it the other day. My misadventures were on the trails. But by the time I got my license and had the DT 175, which was for street and trails, I'd already had thousands of miles riding on dirt bikes, and I think that helped. Oh my goodness! Thank goodness I don't know firsthand how it is, but I feel for you just the same. Oh my! Uh, oh, who was the comedian? He said, you're getting old when you mistake. Uh, oh, what's the name of that medication for treating that? I know, Mr. Lee, you got to watch out for those other drivers. I can't think of the name of comes in a tube stuff, but they said they were brushing their teeth and they accidentally put that on their tooth brush instead of the toothpaste. Preparation H, that's what it was. Mr. Lee, my brother borrowed my motorcycle a couple of times, and he was sitting at a stop sign and got rear-ended. Didn't hurt him too bad. Didn't hurt the bike too bad because it was that 900, and from in 1980 they built them like tanks anyway. It bent a foot peg, and we knew the guy who hit him, and he just bought parts. We didn't turn anything in. And as long as you're not accidentally putting it on your toothbrush. Oh, yeah. You know, uh, uh, they have it now for under your eyes, but back in the 80s, a lot of the movie stars were putting the Prep H under their eyes to get rid of bags. Oh no, Sharon. Oh, uh, so so far I have been very lucky to only use toothpaste, but one day I'm sure I'll mess up. Oops. Oh, Uh, Sharon, did he have a soft, supple tongue and shiny teeth after that? Soul Star, I think that's a great idea. keep keep everything organized. No, not really. Uh, I I tend to err on the side of safety. So slick surfaces, I stay on four wheels. It's like the videos I did in the snow. I've got a four-wheel drive truck, so I was pretty safe. I mean, I don't have the super off-road tires or anything, but I've got decent tires and four-wheel drive. I go about anywhere I want to go. And I've actually, in a couple of parking lots where I park and then go hiking, I've actually had to use the four-wheel drive in order to get in and out of the parking lots. Yeah, I like skidding around when I do it intentionally, not when nature throws a surprise at me. Yeah, that's it, Soul Star. I keep everything kind of separated because you never know. What? Yeah, I got a couple of mugs, and I've got more than one toothbrush, and I keep them in the mug so that they're not wet going into a drawer. They can air dry. Soul Star, sadly, that's true. And I have heard so many horror stories about stuff. Uh, well, Sharon, I have accidentally dipped my paintbrush, but I have not accidentally drank. So there you go. That's right, Mr. Lee. I totally agree with you. If any female asks me to get something out of their purse, I grab their purse and hand them the purse. I'm not going into that minefield. Even if they say, it's okay, go in there and get it. It's like, nope, not going to go there. There's stories. I think the first time I heard it was at Myrtle Beach. Somebody had their room, somebody broke into it and stole some stuff. And for some reason, they did not steal their camera. They had like 35 millimeter camera. And they got home, they had the pictures developed, vacation pictures and everything. And again, this is after they got home. They still stayed at the beach several days. One of the photos, apparently was at least 2 thieves that had broken in to steal their stuff. And one of the thieves used the camera to take a photo of the other thief with the toothbrushes stuffed at the opposite end. So needless to say, they were totally grossed out. So when I travel, my toothbrush tends to stay with me. Yep, that's it, Soul Star. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's people do stupid stuff. There's a reason that there's safety devices on different container lids. If the seal is broken, do not use. People do stupid stuff. Don't want to give people ideas, but at the same time, want everybody to kind of be warned. You need to watch out for this stuff. Oh, yeah. There is no shortage of sickos. Excuse me, burp, burp. Ouch. Roger Blair, yeah, I understand. Whoa. Soulstar, I'd like to find out more information, but not in public. Mr. Lee, you take care. Hope to see you at Moggs tonight. And I'm going to try to go live tomorrow morning and Saturday morning, but live show Saturday night. Hopefully we'll catch you at one, if not more than one of those. Yeah, like I said, people do strange stuff, weird stuff. And like I said, some of the stuff I've not even on this channel do I need to put it out there. Some of the stuff going on is crazy. Jeez. With everything going on in the world, I haven't had tuna in some time. I know, Soulstar. I can be surprised, but it takes a little bit to surprise me these days. Oh, yeah, Roger. Uh, some of the large bunches of bananas they used to import would have huge spiders in them. Yeah, they usually do, Soulstar. I'm not missing anything though because I'm not a huge seafood fan. Uh, I don't really eat too much fish of any kind. In the 80s and 90s, I ate a lot of tuna fish at least once a week. But like I said, with everything going on in the world, I've not had any tuna. Can't think of any kind of fish I've had in years. But there was a seafood place in South Carolina that I would go to on a regular basis because they had some of the best beef strips you'd ever hope to taste. There was something in the news in the last few weeks about parasites being in meat, but I don't remember any more details than that. I know, Soul Star. It's like when I was in college, I'd go to the refrigerator, open the door, and whatever was in the refrigerator, I'd put it together, and that was my meal. Couldn't be picky. Sometimes I was down to next to nothing. Sometimes ended up inventing something that was really good. Sometimes not. Yeah, Roger. Somebody was talking about oh, they were talking about fishing in Tennessee and how they couldn't eat too many fish out of certain areas because of the pollution. And when I lived in Tennessee, it was amazing at some of the streams how clear the water was, but you didn't see any fish. There was zero fish in the streams. And then uh, there was a lake south of Knoxville, and when they were doing the uh, power generators and everything, when the transformers failed. They just that they just threw the transformers into the lake. Yeah, you got to be careful with meat. I mean, people make fun of me of wanting my steak cooked medium well, and it's like, no, I want my food cooked. And when I was younger, I had it done well done, but kind of compromise now with medium. I asked for it medium well, but steak's so expensive. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a steak. Yeah, uh, People need to remember there are people on this little planet that have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars carving into stone that the world population should be below 500 million, which sounds like a big number until you realize there's 8 billion people here. And that means 7.5 billion people they want to get rid of. And when it comes to a hamburger, I want it well done. I don't want to see any pink. Jeez, Sharon. I once dated this woman, and I was fixing hamburger, and she walked over to the bowl and just pinched some raw hamburger out and ate it. And I was like, well, this ain't going to last. Yeah, I know. It's like the people who eat sushi. Nope, ain't going to happen. Never. It would never enter my mind to eat raw fish, but they love it. Yeah, ew. Exactly, Soul Star. When I scramble my eggs, uh, I scramble them and cook them where they are completely done, but I do it in a way where they're still not dried out. And trust me, I don't do liquid eggs. Not going to happen. When I first saw the first Rocky movie and he downed the raw eggs, I considered it, but never went through with it. And over the years, I got more and more steadfast. Nope, no raw egg. WTF Mike will be here in a minute. And speaking of WTF Mike, I hope y'all have seen his dancing chicken. It is hilarious. I told him, I said, living up to your name. Sharon, you take care. And I hope you get some rest, Sharon. I appreciate you coming by. Mike, thank you for taking the time to visit both. I appreciate that. The dancing chicken, buddy. Oh, that's just hilarious. Even though it earns you your name, uh, it's just beyond belief. You can come up with some of the craziest stuff, buddy. There you go, Roger. Uh, Mike, I wanted to ask you, have you heard about the Mazda developing a six-stroke engine? Somehow or other, they're burning hydrogen. Well, it was certainly spicy, Mike. I don't know what it is, but the yolk in the boiled hard boiled egg is barely tolerable, and the white part, there's something about the texture I just don't like. I don't know why. It just is what it is. Yeah, I saw something on it the other day, and I said, I bet Mike uh, would be interested in this. I don't know if they've completed their design or if they're still in development, but still, uh, I think somehow or other they're manufacturing the hydrogen, and it's it's different. Yeah, eggs are great that way. I can make them sunny side up where the yolk is just barely warmed up, and all the white is firm. Because people I know, that's how they like them. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't eat them that way. Soul Star, you got me. I have no idea. Mike, he might know that. Do you know what the fancy egg that's wrapped in mincemeat and breaded? Scotch eggs. Okay. I know back up in the mountains, even in restaurants, you could get scrambled eggs with pig brains. Mike's been around the world. He's educated and a pretty good chef. So he knows all that stuff. See, I learned something new today. There's another egg dish that I'll probably never, ever try. Well, Mike, I like the name of that. I probably won't be eating any of it, but I like the name of it. Yeah. Substitute turkey sausage instead of the pork. YKB, what's happening, buddy? YKB, on Tuesday's trip, uh, I thought I saw a little gnome home, but I didn't want to get near it because of the alligators. With that black water, you never know what's 6 inches under the surface. But don't you worry, YKB. There's more gnome homes coming. Oh, yeah. I like spice. That turkey sub I had Tuesday was jalapenos, banana peppers, and they had some kind of spicy ranch. Oh, my goodness. Princess Joyax, hello. Yeah, she commented on the hike I took around that park, and I told her that I didn't go looking for gnome homes because of the alligators and water moccasins and etc. YKB, do you do ham radio? Because if you do ham radio, that's something I purchased a handheld, and I've still got to get my license, but I'm learning as I go. Yep, there's been a couple of big birds fly by, and a couple of people said at about the 1 hour mark they thought they saw a UFO fly by. Yeah, ham radio. Yeah, ham radio is like private radio, but it has further range than like CB radio. CB's limited to less than 5 watts, and ham handhelds can go up to 10 watts. And plus, ham radios have repeaters. They do use microwave, but it's a different kind. It was right at the 1 hour mark, Soul Star. Because as soon as you guys said that, I looked and it was just about the 1 hour mark. Billy Whiz. Well, my CB handle was 007 because I was always into something behind the scenes. I've got my little CB walkie-talkie. I've got it plugged in, and I turn it on every once in a while just to see what I hear. But it being a walkie-talkie, line of sight transmission is all you can really do. But that thing's 30 years old. And speaking of, well, that's what they're there for, is for everybody to have fun with. I need to update some of the people on the list because there's some new people coming in. I need to get one for you, Soul Star, and come up with one for Mike. And YKB's been coming into chat enough. I probably should do one for him. Somebody's in a hurry. And they're close. And now some of my friends didn't want to call me 007, so they called me Natural High. Because when I was younger, all the medications I had to take, I looked like a druggie, even though I wasn't. I mean, it was all prescription stuff, but they called me Natural High because they knew I wouldn't take anything, but I looked that way. So, but the Nightbot is a little different for each channel. Not a big difference, but a little. I just copied everything over from the last, from the Nature channel, and then tweaked a few things. Mike went to Scotland and kissed the Blarney Stone. I tell you, anybody who does that, they deserve to receive the gift of gab. Kathy Bates, good morning. Kathy, I thought that was pretty smart of you to have the alligators and water moccasins guarding your doorway down in the flatlands. Okay. Yeah, anybody who does that though, I mean, they got to climb up. It's a high point on a wall. They have to lay on their back, and so they're, and then arch over to kiss the stone. It's a little bit dangerous. And a short person, it would be really dangerous. That's why I said that, YKB. I'm going up on the mountain this afternoon. It's supposed to clear up, and we've had some rain, so the waterfalls ought to be looking really good. And I bet you I find another gnome home. I've got a different idea for the gnome home this time. I mean, I have an idea. I'm going to video a gnome home door. Yeah, interviewing Sasquatch was kind of a fun thing to do. I just find them where I find them, YKB. I'm pretty sure there was one in the swamps down there toward the coast, but like I said, I wasn't going to go looking too close because of the alligators and water moccasins. That's because you're going in and out those doors yourself. It's second nature for you to see them. It's nothing new, Kathy. You know how it is, YKB. Stuff you see every day, you don't pay attention. It's like when I drive over to the mountain, I've done it so many times now, I pay zero attention to the road names. I couldn't tell you half of the road names between here and there. But the little gnome homes seem to be enjoyed by Roger and Mike and YKB. Mike, I know where you're going. Oh, Kathy. That's why I tell people whenever you see a bunch of birds in a tree or even one, when you look up, never open your mouth. Roger, you're probably right. Uh, the only problem is there's no. The closest Olive Garden to me, I think, is about an hour away, give or take. That's true, Mike. Now the question is, what did Kathy do to the bird to make the bird do what it did? Just saying. I need to go back and put all of those into a playlist. Well, you guys, Mike, it it's time for me to go out to the back door and end the stream over there, and then I'll come back in here and talk to you guys for another minute. Anybody who wants to come up and talk after the show, there's the link. And I'll be back in just a minute as soon as I end the stream over at Camera at Dawn. Thanks to everybody for coming to Jim's Camera at Dawn. Greatly appreciated. As always, I hope you have a great day and only kind words come your way. That just continues to amaze me. Oh gosh, got to get rid of that. Don't need to see that face. But I appreciate you guys coming in. If okay, well, I can text you a picture of it, but give me just a couple of minutes and we'll do that, Mike. I'll take care of you. But I appreciate everybody coming in and chatting this morning and helping out with both channels, because most of you guys left a short message at both. I appreciate you. And Mike, hang in there. I'll send you that in just a minute. I'm going to end the stream and bring the people backstage that are already here. Y'all take care and see you at Moggs tonight if you come there.